Hello everyone! It's time to take a look at the Mobapad Chitu. This one has Hall effect sticks. This gamepad is made with a Nintendo Switch in mind. And overall, it's an economic version of the Mobapad M9 that I covered here previously. In the box, you get the gamepad, a charging cable, and the manuals. There's no 2.4 GHz dongle in this gamepad. With the cable, you get an additional Dpad in the classic cross shape. Here's a look at the manual. Ergonomically, the Mobapad matches the Pro controller. After all, it's made for the Nintendo Switch. The main difference is that it has back buttons, as the Pro controller doesn't. This gamepad has mechanical switches for all of the buttons, including the D-pad. But on the main face buttons, you can see here that they sink a bit too much into the shell. But it's really not that noticeable. The switch is activated before that, and you have to press really hard to make the buttons sink that much. The shooter buttons and triggers are pretty good. They are springy and easy to press at any point. And the same can be said to the back buttons. The analog stick is removable, and it has a metal ring for protection. But you don't get any extra sticks, and Mobapad don't sell stick replacements, at least for now. The circular D-pad can be removed, and you can install a classic D-pad in the place. On the Nintendo Switch, it can wake up the console, and it has all of the basic features you expect. There is a turbo function, and the speed can be adjusted. Holding the gear button lets you record macros. Double tapping the gear button will lock the macro buttons, so you won't have accidental presses. With gear and minus, you can change the logo color. And gear and plus, you can change the lighting mode. There is one problem with the gear button though. When you hold it down and record a single button press, it will record as a macro function and not a button remap. This didn't happen in the Mobapad M9 and it's kinda counterintuitive. In order to remap the button, you must download the Mobapad app, and only here you can remap the buttons. Here you can see how it's registered when you enter it with the gear button. And now you can see that the back button is acting correctly. I let Mobapad know about this issue, but there is no fix yet. Hopefully a firmware update can address this problem. Here's a look at the new Mobapad app. Another limitation of this app is that unlike the previous app, you can only select the default colors for the RGB lights. For example, if you want orange, you cannot customize the values. Here's the Amiibo test. And it has HD rumble too, just like the Mobapad M9, and the quality of the vibration is about the same. on your computer, it will be detected first as a Switch Pro controller. And it's glitching up Gamepad Tester, but this also happens with the original Pro controller. You can use it in this mode with Steam. Or you can press and hold plus and minus, and it will change to X input. And you can already see that the analog sticks are very nice and precise. On the Dpad test, the diagonals are very good too. They're easy to press, and the disc Dpad helps you with that. I forgot to show this. If you hold the gear button and press one of the back buttons, it will activate the macro in loop mode. Here's the Dpad test with the classic shape. Also, pressing in the center won't activate all directions. And the same applies to the disc Dpad. Without the cable, you can only connect it in the Pro controller mode, which means you'll have compatibility problems with some games, and you'll have to use Steam to fix that. Alternatively, you can enter Android mode by pressing left and home, but here too it won't be detected correctly. On an Android device though, it works perfectly fine. Moving to the teardown, it has 4 screws in the back, and after unscrewing them, you can remove the back plate easily. Here's the back buttons with rubber protection, and initially it seems to have double rumble motors, but these are just weights. There is a connector here for the secondary rumble though. We'll test that later. The triggers are well built, with a solid metal rod in the pivot. This ensures a long durability. I tested those pins and there is no voltage. They must be deactivated by the firmware. It would be cool if you could install a secondary rumble and have both HD rumble and regular rumble. On the other side of the shell, the button layout cannot be changed, and the D-pad is very interesting. And here you can see the Hall effect sticks from the K-Silver brand. These are the same used on the Nixie Wizard. Here's the coil for the NFC reader, and the rubber protections for the D-pad and face buttons. And the battery has 100 milliamps. And here's my final thoughts. The Mobapad Chitu is a light version of the Mobapad M9. You lose a lot of features that the M9 has, but you will pay less and you will have Hall effect sticks. And overall, I believe that this controller is more durable, even more than the King Kong 2 Pro. And this is why the King Kong 2 Pro still uses rubber membranes for the D-pad. When these membranes go bad, you cannot replace them easily. But since the Chitu is made entirely with mechanical switches, they are easily found in electronic stores and on the internet, and you can replace them if you need. The analog sticks are good, the D-pad is good. On the cons, it could have a 2.4 GHz adapter, especially because you can only use X input with a wire connection. And there's that problem with the button remap. It's up to Mobapad to fix that one. And at least you can change them in the app, it's just less convenient. And that's it. If you like my content, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.